conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberland business. I got her down, she real vicious. Rock-a-bye, baby, no witness. This is not even a conflict. You on nonsense. Got the same way in Brooklyn and Compton. But with that gang, they make a profit. On top, stay poppin'. Look. See, I was the high school slick Rick, I was styling. Fat gold chain with an African medallion. Hip-hop connoisseur and rolling 20 grip.
It's Madden NFL 23, and it's brought to you.
For me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast and 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. They hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. G. Flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the feds. East Coast, they get that bread. You you end up dead. The West Coast, they leave that spread. And now you got
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. Here comes Nasir Adderley from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Once more, here's Eckler. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. He gets this out to Spiller. Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 34-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Isaiah Spiller. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The first down run got 5. Here's second. And look at that catch. Dragging the toes. And that's going to be a first down. Well done. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. On 4th down, Herbert. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Gerald Everett from 4 yards out. And the Chargers are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
Great effort by Derwin James on the stop. Pretty good job there defensively of stringing that one out.
Yeah, you've got a quarterback who's waiting and waiting for something to develop, and it just never materialized, and down he went behind the line of scrimmage.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now Jackson. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. He'll find Everett there, complete. He'll get it inside the 20, and he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. It's the sackmaster, Justin Houston, who comes up with it. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they make...
Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with second down and less than a yard. Jackson now. That's caught. It's Demarcus Robinson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now Jackson on first down. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
From the 29, Herbert. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
I have to tell you, Brandon, I feel like a coach right now because I'm wondering why the angle route continues to be so effective when as an inside linebacker, you're always taught, don't let someone cross your face. If they want to go outside, it's okay. But they make that outside fake, cut back inside, often to great success.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw again is Jackson. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, I could spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage, but when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
4th down. Here's Jackson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. So they take a big, big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On the screen, this is Eckler. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5, and he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets them on the board first seed.
About scoring this week, we'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick sixes and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
Adderley, he's going to hold on to this one. A touchback, and the drive will begin at the 25. The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. Fresh off of 6 the other way, it's Herbert. He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Here's Herbert. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. To throw is Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews. And the Ravens would extend their lead here just before halftime. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And he is into the end zone, so they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes can prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The final shot before the break for Herbert. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. All right, so we skip the rest of halftime and get set for the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Jackson running again. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the 38, Jackson. Robinson's got it. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson, middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
And he is going to have a Ravens first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Jackson.
A solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Play action. It's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Sebastian Joseph Day in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and a mile. Now it's Jackson. He'll let this go for the end zone. Touchdown! Mark Andrews. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens have extended their lead to 15 now here in the 4th. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. Jackson here is going to look to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. And one of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
And the Chargers coming out of the field now. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going deep here for Allen. It got his man complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they...
And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Gerald Everett, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Chargers are able to cut into that deficit. And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Now there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
And all the way down to the 35. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
He finds Robinson. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a night.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews as his guys are able to extend their lead. A 15-point game now. You make the extra point, and that means on the other side you need 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. That's a pretty tall order here in the 4th quarter.
Agreed, because they really needed to come up with a stop there, and even if it was just to hold them to a field goal. Now they need to pull out the lucky horseshoe because they've got to get an onside kick. And we've seen nowadays those are incredibly difficult to come by.
And not to mention they got to get the touchdown and a 2-point conversion first. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Adderley, he's going to hold on to this one. A touchback, and the drive will begin at the 25. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. A big play there for L.A. 44 yards. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, Herbert got his man complete over the middle. That's Palmer. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Herbert operating from the red zone. Got his man. It's Williams. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Herbert back to the air. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7.
Why would I ever have to cop a chain a game when the QB chain birthed most of the chains in the game? No post office, we stamping time. Took a slice out of the big apple, made apple pies, family size. Leather bombers and Nike Sacai's. Dangerous corners, you better pray that tomorrow arrives. Rap, Sugar Ray Robinson, nothing sweet. Y'all too out of shape to even box with me. Heavyweight, I know my way around the ring.